Hello friends, Mandar here. I'm back with another video. Today we are going to talk about what can we expect in the upcoming months in the visa bulletin. Now the priority dates, as we have seen in the last couple of months, have stalled for EB3 India, but for EB2 India they are moving progressively faster. We'll talk about what can we expect given that the current rules stay all the same, and what can we expect if the rules change. We'll look at both the scenarios. We'll also look at some of the common questions regarding one spouse receiving green card, another not receiving the green card. What are the options? We'll talk about the bill, the reconciliation bill that everybody is paying attention to, and then what are the changes in the travel policies that have been implemented recently in order for you to travel from US to India and come back. So if you're interested in any of this topic, watch this video until the end and let's get started. If you are here for the first time, welcome. My name is Mandar and I make immigration related videos for US and Canada. I'm not an immigration lawyer, so anything that I say on this video or on my channel is for information purpose only. And for your specific immigration needs, before you take any actions, you should hire a competent immigration lawyer. Now in October 2021, we saw that the dates for EB2 had started moving a little bit faster than EB3 dates. In the last full year, we have seen that EB3 was moving significantly faster. The filing date chart even reached 2015 at one point last year, then it was downgraded to or retrogressed to 2014, and now it is back to 2012. So 2 years of retrogression we saw in October. And since then, we have been seeing consistent improvement in the EB2 India visa category, the progression of the dates, but not EB3. Now for EB2 India, the date is set in final action date chart at May 1st of 2012, and it will reach June 8th of 2013 in the next 8 to 12 months. So remember what Charlie used to say, whenever the date in the filing date chart is set, that is where you can expect to see the final action chart date to meet in 8 to 12 months. So that is what we are expecting to see. Current final action date for EB2 India is May 1st of 2012, but in 8 to 12 months we will see that date going to July 8th 2013. So about 14 months of progression. Now we have already seen 2 months of progression, so that is the current date. So I will say in the next 8 to 10 months only we should see the dates progressing to July 1st of 2013 in the final action date chart for EB2 India. So you can expect a minimum of a month and a half of progression for EB2 India in every month after month. I would say in the next couple of months it might be even more, it might be even faster, because we are seeing those downgrade petitions, and maybe the full number, the full impact of those downgrade petitions to EB3 has still not happened. If that still continues to influence the progression of EB2, we might see even the faster progression, say 2 to 3 months of progression, and then we might see a slowdown in EB2 as the date approaches the filing chart date towards the second part of the year. So that is just my prediction. So in the next 2 or 3 months, we'll still continue to see 2 to 3 months of progression for EB2 India, but after that, after the 6 months, it might slow down. For EB3 India, it is a different story. The dates retrogressed by 2 full years in October, and now they are sitting at January 15th of 2012 for final action chart, and it will reach January 22nd of 2012 in 8 to 12 months. So it's just 3 weeks of movement in the next 8 to 12 months. That is really slow. I think even though that is the case right now, in future, in the next couple of months, we might see some changes brought in again back into the filing date chart for EB2 India, EB3 India. The reason I'm saying that they may see those numbers being utilized by EB1 and EB2 left over that fall more and more into EB3, and they might be able to progress the dates for EB3 a little bit faster, but don't expect to see that anytime soon. Maybe after a couple of months, maybe after spring or March or April of next year, you might be able to see some more significant movement in EB3. That's just my guess at this point of time. Now there are a lot of questions regarding the Texas Service Center. What is happening with those applications that are pending? I heard that they have a huge backlog of applications pending at Texas Center, close to 100,000 applications pending, and they are not able to process more than 1 or 2,000 in a month. So you can see there is a lot of catching up to do for Texas Service Center. That might be the reason they are very slow. Usually they do reshuffle the cases between the service centers in the different service centers so that the case load is distributed evenly, but we haven't seen that in the Texas Service Center for whatever reason. So that is the problem. If you are in that jurisdiction, you are unfortunately stuck in that a little bit of a long wait period than other jurisdictions. So in summary, what is the takeaway for EB2 and EB3 India? EB2 India will continue to progress 2 to 3 months at a time in the next couple of months, and then it might slow down a little bit, but EB3 is literally stalled. Don't expect any changes in the dates, maybe a few days here and there, but starting middle of next year or early part of next year, I am expecting that scenario might change, because people are again upgrading back from EB3 to EB2. That might relieve some pressure from EB3, and we might start seeing those dates move forward a little bit faster than what we are seeing now. Another point is there are enough visa numbers in the EB1 and EB2 demand category, so those might spill over to EB3, and that might be another tailwind that we can see for EB3 in the later part of next year. That's just my guess. We'll see what happens in the next upcoming visa bulletins. Now this is all true if all the visa rules stay the same. If there are no bills passed, nothing changes. But what if one of these bills pass, this reconciliation bill pass? Remember, there are a couple of provisions in there for if you have your priority date waiting for 2 years or more, you can just apply for your 485 adjustment of status and EAD and advanced payroll with a payment of $5,000. So that might be a very good change in the pace for the immigration community, especially in the EB category for backlog countries, if that bill passes with the exact text as it is in there right now. Now some people argue that it's only for getting a GCEAD and advanced payroll, just to get you into the adjustment of status, but others say that it's actually to get a green card. It's actually bypasses the yearly quota or yearly numerical limits for people who have been waiting or whose priority date has been 2 years or more. They will totally skip the line and they will actually get a green card. It's to be seen. Nothing has been formalized yet. It's sitting in the Senate. Senate version has not yet been approved. In fact, the parliamentarian has not seen it yet. There is a barred rule that is going to be applied on the entire reconciliation package bill, and we'll see with what provisions of the immigration stay or what provisions of the immigrations are removed. Now remember, this is the third version of the plan for immigration that is in this reconciliation bill. The plan A and plan B got rejected by parliamentarian, and we are expecting that this might be the same scenario for bill plan C, but we'll see what happens. And from the timing perspective, what I'm hearing is before the Christmas they will have this bill text ready. Even the parliamentarian will have their decision made, also, or recommendation made, if I should say. And also this bill might be brought to the floor, the Senate floor, as early as this week or next week, and it remains to be seen if the centrist Democrats will support this bill or not. It seems like the total value of this budget package is significantly higher than what Democrats are saying. Democrats are saying that it's only $1.7 trillion, but actual CBO analysis says that it's closer to $3 trillion if all of those provisions are made permanent. Basically, it will cost a lot more than what the Democrats are saying. So we'll see what happens with that. If this number is significantly higher, then there's going to be a lot of pushback on this bill. But at the end of the day, it will pass. That's my gut feeling. The only thing that needs to be seen is what version of text does this include in the final version. Now there is a very common question coming out lately since last several months, and that is if you have a 485 application and if you are a family, some members of the family are getting their green cards, but others are not getting at the same time. It's taking them a little bit longer. Primarily the primary applicant and the kids are getting their green cards, and spouse is probably not getting the green card. There are a lot of cases that I have heard about in this scenario. Now there are few reasons this might happen. Usually or typically in a sunny day scenario, all the applications are processed and adjudicated at the same time, and everybody gets a green card at the same time within a family. But lately we have been seeing that some family members, typically spouse, is left behind. They still remain in the adjustment of status process while others already get their green card. Now in this situation, we talked about the reasons. There might be some issues with the spouse's application from the past, non-immigrant visas which might have been rejected, or some other things that might have been going on with the case. But regardless, even if the spouse's green card doesn't come at the same time as the primary applicant and children's, the spouse still remains in adjustment of status. Basically, there is no problem to that application. The spouse can still avail the benefits of EAD and advanced payroll. So EAD to work, that continues. Advanced payroll to basically go in and out, as long as the combo card is valid. So that still remains. Now in this particular situation, it is really important for you to connect back with your lawyer and connect back with your senators or congressmen to see what's going on with this spouse's application that is left behind. So it's really important to know what the problem is and try to resolve that problem, because it's not good to remain in this situation for a long time, because ultimately the spouse's application is dependent on the pending 485 of the primary applicant. So if the primary applicant is already a green card holder, then what happens to that? So while your cards are active, they are still valid for EAD and AP, but work with a lawyer on what can be done to expedite spouse's application till they get the green card. Now, a very basic question that some people have asked is, I have a 140 approved with my current employer. It is in EB2 category and I have a priority date locked in. Can I go to a new employer and use that 140 approved 140 petition to apply for my extension or whatever? So yes, you can definitely use your 140 from your previous employer in order to get your extensions on your H1B 7th year extension and so on. In addition, you can also use the priority date from the past I-140 which was approved. That remains with you for life. So until you get your green card, any future petitions that you make for a green card, you can always use the original priority date, the earliest priority date that was given to you in your I-140 approval. So that remains with you forever until you get a green card. Now, although a lot of people have got their green cards last year because of the significant progress in the priority dates in the year 2021, many are still stuck in limbo. Some people who have still applied in October through December of last year, they are still waiting for their green card, and in some situations their dates have retrogressed. Now the question is what happens to their cases. So as I have been telling in a lot of my previous videos, nothing happens. You are still in adjustment of status, you are still in a valid status, and you still continue to get your EAD and advanced parole and continue to stay in the adjustment of status. The visa officer will not be able to assign you a green card yet, because your date may have been retrogressed. So check to see what's the situation with your priority date in the visa bulletin, and if it's retrogressed, you will have to wait, unfortunately, until your date becomes current again. But if your date has not retrogressed, then you are still in the line, you are still in the process. All you can do is contact your senators or congressmen and see if they can inquire USCIS about your case. Now regarding the H1B stamping, because of this endless wait time in the green card and recent restrictions in the travel, and with the COVID restrictions, a lot of consulates abroad were closed. They have reopened, they are starting to give emergency appointments. They are also starting to give the visa appointments for visitors and all the non-immigrant visa holders. But the only problem is these appointment wait times are really long. You can see there are the wait times are really in multiple months or even after a year. So if you look at Mumbai consulate, I have heard that the wait times could be anywhere from 6 months to 12 months. So it's a long wait. If you have a stamping to be done, you are looking at significant wait times at the foreign consulates in Mumbai or Delhi. There are some pockets of world where the appointments wait times are significantly lesser. For example, the US consulates in Israel, Jerusalem and Tel Aviv, they have very low wait times. Tel Aviv only has like a day or two wait time, and Jerusalem has a wait time of about 3 to 4 weeks for your visa appointment. So if you are able to go to those parts of countries and get your stamping done, that would be great, because then you are not waiting for significantly longer times as you can see in the Mumbai or Delhi consulates in India. Alternatively, people have been going to Mexico or Canada, but those dates have also have a long wait time. I have seen it's at least 6 months in Toronto or Calgary consulates at this point of time. So just wanted to caution you, if your visa is expired, if you still have an approval receipt, you can stay in the country, you can still stay within the United States. But if you want to travel outside and come back in, you need a valid visa, and that's where you come into the situation where you need to do a stamping, visa stamping. Now from the stamping perspective, as you can see on this website travel.state.gov, they have some instructions regarding new requirements for air travelers to the United States. As you can see, updated pre-departure testing required for air travelers to the United States. Starting December 6th, air travelers aged 2 or older, regardless of nationality or vaccination status, are required to show documentation of negative viral test result taken within 1 day of the flight's departure to the United States before boarding. You must show your negative result to the airline before you board the flight. That includes travelers such as US citizens, lawful permanent residents, and foreign nationals with a non-immigrant visa. So this is a significant change than previous, because it used to be 72 hours. Now it is 1 day before you start your journey back to the United States. Also, if you have recovered from COVID-19, you need that certificate that is not longer than 90 days before the departure time from the foreign country into the United States. So those are really quick things that I wanted to mention as part of this video. So if you are traveling, pay attention to what's going on, what are the rule changes, and make sure that you carry all the documentation such as your vaccination card. If you are from the US, you are traveling, your CDC card that you get from your healthcare provider or Walgreens or wherever you have taken your shot is valid. So you can keep that with you and you can show it. You can even keep a scanned copy of it if needed. So I hope you got some value out of this video. I'm working on my next video in the financial aspects of immigrants for NRIs. My first video was on tax returns in India, and you might want to check that out. My next video is going to be about how to bring money from India, your own money. If you have sold your house or you have a bank account where you have saved your own money and you want to bring it to US, what are the methods and what are the techniques that you can use? That is what I'm working on. I'm doing my research on that one. So stick around to my channel. If you haven't already subscribed, do subscribe and hit the like button, and I'll see you in the next one.